session is Philip Deng, who's going to tell us about Market Shares, an organization that he founded and works with that's trying to bring something new and exciting to Pioneer Square.
Thanks. I'm also talking a little bit about the theme today, thriving amidst change, and also I want to put a plug in for Ubuntu Street Cafe. I had lunch there this week, and it is delicious. Again, downtown Kent. Project Feast is a group that it's very dear to us at Market Share too. So thriving or even surviving amidst change requires at least two things. I think that's community and space. So we need people who know how to organize, and we need places to do it. So in 2013, the city of Seattle finished about $55 million worth of renovations at King Street Station, which sits in the heart of the city at one of the most transit-connected hubs on the entire West Coast. Every day, about 384,000 people move through the area, but almost none of them ever go inside King Street because it's been mostly empty this whole time. Kind of like it's been waiting for something. Before I tell you what that is, I want to take you to a different neighborhood close by called Yesler Terrace. Yesler Terrace was Seattle's first low-income housing development, and it's still home to a large Somali immigrant population. And in 2012, I was a community organizer on the Obama campaign, and that's when I met a Somali woman who was cooking one of the most delicious smelling stews that I've ever encountered. And she was doing it on her grill in her backyard. And unfortunately, smelling it was as far as I ever got, because I asked her, is there anywhere I can try this? And she said no. So she said, this is something we make for our families, in our homes, and for our communities. And there are no restaurants. So I don't know if you guys are starting to see where I'm going, but we have this woman and thousands of other people like her with this incredible culinary talent most of us don't have access to. And we have communities that are struggling to start their own restaurants. We also have thousands of square feet of empty space in a beautifully restored historic landmark in the heart of our city. So hopefully you're starting to see Seattle's first international street food market at King Street Station. So we're talking about a place where, regardless of how you vote, or how you worship, or the language you speak, or how much money you make, everyone has to eat. And we're all here because the food is so delicious, it's interesting, and it's affordable. But even more, for the vendors that we envision in the space, they're part of an incubator program designed by our organization specifically to help low-income immigrant and refugee cooks to revive culinary careers they've left behind in their native countries. So this is real economic opportunity for people and families and communities that need it. But it's also an enormous project, expensive and full of red tape. So there's only one group that I would trust with it. And that's all of us, the entire community. Because public institutions come from the people. They're not developed, they're organized into being. Just think about some examples. Pike Place Market, our schools, our libraries. These were public institutions created to meet community needs, and they're also entrusted to us to maintain. So that's what Market Share and the Campaign for King Street is. We're a nonprofit on a mission to unite our entire community to come together and build Seattle's next great civic icon. And we think this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity. The city owns the station. It's public property. And the mayor has added public money to fund construction. The Office of Economic Development is getting ready to request proposals. And a lot of private interests are lining up alongside us. But Market Share's philosophy is rooted in the people. And we care about the bottom line. And we have meticulous plans. But we care most about 8 or 10 people out there who need a chance to realize their dreams. So as we all know, a lot has changed in the last few months. But the way forward has not. Because American life is still based on building our society each day on a foundation of optimism and compassion and shared opportunity. And King Street Station has stood vacant for 4 years, waiting, I believe, for this moment to become a statement when we have been called to respond. So what Market Share is saying is, let's get together as a community and build a living and enduring monument to our ideals and to our values and to the basic notion that we're not just better together, but we love thriving together. So we've marched, we've litigated, we've donated. The next step is to build concrete and steel, markets, not walls, real sanctuary in a sanctuary city. So I encourage you all to please come up, talk to me, and I'd love for you to join the campaign for King Street. So thank you so much.
All right.
Let's have a round of applause for all of